Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, Season 4, Episode 41. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. Before we get into the show, did anybody notice that Nathan and Skylar were not in the previews? When they announced the cast for the show, originally Nathan and Skylar were a part of this season of Life After Lockup, but I don't think they're going to be on the show anymore. And I think that has to do with Nathan dropping the N-word so many times. Not only that, Nathan and Skylar were kind of boring and extremely toxic, so I think WeTV decided to remove them. I'm not sure. That's not 100%. You never know. They could pop up in the middle of the season. I have no clue, but it looks like they may not be a part of this season, and I'm not sad about it. So the show starts off with Lindsay and Blaine. Lindsay has been out of jail for 10 months. She says that her and Blaine have been together for 8 months, and they have decided to buy a new place, a fixer-upper, which is a trailer, and I'm assuming they got thrown out of that house they were living in. Remember last season, they were living in a house, and he said that that was his house that they were living in. Why would they all of a sudden get rid of that house to buy a fixer-up trailer? It seems to me that they were probably renting and was thrown out. So we find out on top of all of Lindsay's charges, Blaine also has a ton of charges as well. So they end up going to see the same lawyer that Lindsay saw last season. And this guy lets them know that Blaine has drug charges, handgun charges. Then he also has prior convictions. Due to him being a felon, he is not allowed to have a handgun. He also has a second drug charge. And based on him being a convicted criminal, he's being charged as a habitual offender, which means he could face up to 19 years in jail. They also found out that this dude has a warrant out for his arrest, and I said, why not? You know, Lindsay's got that one out for her arrest. Anyway, it looks like he missed court, and so that's why they put a warrant out for his arrest. Lindsay is sitting there acting as if she is so appalled. Oh my God, you didn't tell me all this. An habitual offender? Ma'am, you knew this dude had been to jail before. You knew he had current charges. Why didn't you realize that he was considered an habitual offender? First of all, stop with the fake outrage. You are just as much a criminal as him. Didn't you tell us that he used to sell the drugs for you? Girl, bye. Get the hell out of here with this fake ass outrage. Then the attorney lets them know if they want him to work on this case, they're going to need to fork over $15,000 and real quick because these are serious charges. Lindsay gets all upset, and right then in that moment she decides that she wants to try to see if she can break into the acting business. She starts throwing on the waterworks, the tears. She is running out of the office, walking down the streets in those bad boots. Anyway, girl, replace the boots. They're done. They're done. Anyway, she's walking down the street. How could he not tell me? Maybe I don't know him at all. He wasn't honest with me. Oh my God. Deontay was more honest. Girl, please. Don't bring up Deontay, because that just ticks me off. His crazy clout chasing ass got himself thrown off of the show because he wouldn't follow the damn rules, and he had to be online clout chasing and trying to tell his side of the story before the season ended, knowing that he wasn't allowed to give all that backstory. It's in the contract. He's lucky that he didn't get sued and they just terminated him from the show. Anyway, Blaine comes out of there telling the lawyer he'll do what he can do. He'll see what he can do to get the $15,000. Lindsay makes this comment that her whole life is wrapped around Blaine. He helps her with her recovery. She works for him. She lives with him. I said, girl, that is the problem. That is, well, one of your problems. Your recovery cannot be dependent on this dude. You can't recover fully and properly that way. You should not be depending on him for your recovery. You should not be living with him and working for him. Get your own place. Stand on your own 2 feet. Get you a sobriety coach. Go to those meetings and get a job working for someone else. This is not a good look. Now she's talking about if he goes to jail, what's going to happen to me? She won't have a job. She won't have anywhere to live. Probably lose her sobriety. Girl, this is too damn much. And both of you know good and damn well that you cannot afford $15,000 for this attorney. Get you a public defender. Get you a job and a sober coach and a 12-step program, and start spending more time focusing on your health and your daughter. Period. Moving on. Monique and Derek. Honey, now listen. Derek is out shopping for Monique with his sisters, and his sisters are dressed inappropriately again. They sound ridiculous. The comments they make are just asinine. I mean, it's over the top too much. And what really ticks me off is he always says that he doesn't want the drama, that he cares so much about Monique, but he's laughing with them as they're making these comments. His sister, the shorter one, she says, I just hate her. And he's sitting right there with the other sister chuckling. I said, well, what the hell is funny about that? You say you love this woman and you want to spend the rest of your life with her, but your sisters are calling her fat. They're calling her stupid. They're saying all kinds of stuff about this woman, and you are just sitting there allowing it and chuckling. But you don't like that Monique tries to defend herself. I don't appreciate him at all. So the one shorter sister, she says, I just don't like it when someone tall dates someone shorter than them. So what the hell is short people supposed to do? Tall people can't love short people? Short people can't love tall people? I mean, girl, what is wrong with you? These people are just too damn much. They didn't want him to buy her anything. They said that the candles he was looking at cost too much. Why is he doing that? You know, it turns out that we all know that he cheated on her. He's trying to say that he only cheated on her one time with one girl, which I think is an absolute lie. I think that he was absolutely cheating on her with multiple women, and many times, not just one. She gives him a call because her and her sisters are on their way driving from Chicago to Cleveland to spend some time with him so that they'll have the opportunity to try to restore their relationship. I would not want to restore that relationship. You know, it looks like he had been texting her, trying to get her to take him back, give him another chance. He refers to her in text messages as Big Mama. And I thought that was a little weird because usually most times when I hear someone being referred to as Big Mama, it's usually somebody's grandma. I don't know. Monique says that she found out that Derek was cheating by checking his phone logs and text logs, and that she checks them every single day. I would just like to say that if you are listening to this video and you are in a relationship where this is happening either to you or you are the one who is doing this, get out now. There is no relationship worth checking someone's call logs and text messages every day, not to mention also checking their location. There is so much life to live, so many things to do, so much time wasted. Find someone who truly loves you, someone who respects you enough, and find someone that you can truly trust. This is ridiculous. No one needs to be in this type of relationship. Monique needs to go on about her business, worry about her life, her family, her health, mentally and physically. Derek needs to get his own cell phone and go on about his business. This is ridiculous and unacceptable and quite embarrassing. Stop checking after this man like this. You are a warden and a probation officer. Now, when she calls him while he's at the candle place or whatever kind of store this was, he says that his sisters are there helping him. And she says, oh, tell them both I said hi. All of a sudden, the short one says, oh, she called us hoes. Now, listen, I realize that these two might not be the brightest, but it seems to me that these two are really just trying to be on TV. They are trying to keep a battle with Monique because it keeps them on the show, and they think that this is going to help them somehow. This is too damn much. You ladies have got to grow up and stop this. And I'm just going to say it, Derek. You need to either get your sisters together when it comes to the disrespect that they are giving Monique. They're also disrespecting you if you're serious about this relationship. Or you need to let Monique go. Because no one wants to be in a relationship where you have two people like your sisters being so over the top, rude, and disrespectful on a regular basis. Don't keep going to Monique telling her that you don't like drama or you don't want any drama if you're not going to put a stop to the drama with your sisters. Now, when Monique and Derek get together, he gives her the candles and some flowers. He promises her that it's just the two of them now. He won't mess up. He's not going to cheat anymore. He's going to focus on their happiness. And then he expects to just go back to the hotel to have sex. That would not work for me. Not at all. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even be in Cleveland. I'd still be back in Chicago, probably working on a meal prep and thinking about work the next Monday. I don't have time for this. Anyway, she tells him that they need to sit down and have a talk, and she tells him that she thinks that she might be pregnant. Okay. He says that she's trying to trap him. I said, trap you? Trap you? Sir, it takes two to get pregnant. Last time I checked. And you were present and happy and doing way too damn much. Okay. If you didn't want her to get pregnant, you should have used protection. You have to take some responsibility in this too. You were there happy and willing to have unprotected sex. As a matter of fact, 2 minutes before she said that she was possibly pregnant, you were ready to head back to the hotel to possibly have unprotected sex with her again. Monique, stop the unprotected sex with this dude because he is sleeping with somebody else, even though he just said it was that once. That's a lie. And also, his sisters were telling him, oh my gosh, this is too much money you spending on her with these candles. But didn't we see her pay for an over $500 dinner? We saw her buying him Gucci and those tracksuits, the iPhone, them one pants that I don't even know the name of because I don't have no money, honey. I'm not buying designer pants. Yes, it costs $1,100. I'm just saying. And friends of mine who do have that kind of money, they don't buy designer pants that cost $1,100. I'm just saying. She deserves more than those damn candles and, Walmart roses. As far as I'm concerned, Derek did the bare minimum to get her back, and she's falling for it. Girl, let Derek go and go on about your business. Anyway, moving on. Justine and Michael. So we pick up the show and it's Justine, Michael, their kids, and Justine's mom. They're going to a self-defense class. It turns out that one of Justine's children is being bullied at school, and she said that the school is calling her a couple times a week, letting her know that he is being bullied. The children won't let him sit at the lunch table. He's being isolated. That right there would cause me to visit the school. This is not okay. Everybody has feelings. No one should be bullied. The school should be making certain that he is not ostracized and that he at least finds a group of friends that he could sit with at lunch. I mean, damn, that just broke my heart. So while Michael and the kids are learning self-defense techniques, Justine is talking to her mom, and her mom wanted to know if she told Michael's side of the family about the new baby. And she said that she wasn't going to tell her mom because she knew that her mom would get upset and then take it out on Michael. Listen, you should be able to tell your mom what happened with his mom without her taking her anger out on him, especially if you let her know that he stood up for both of you. So I don't think that her mom would have popped off on Michael once she told the full story. She then starts crying and she tells her mom that she doesn't trust Michael fully with her children. And that's when I said, wait a minute, hold up, freeze and pause, okay? Why would you marry him, then move him into your home, then get pregnant instantly if you don't fully trust him? That makes no sense to me. This man has changed the entire situation for you and your children. You moved this man that you didn't even know until he went to jail into your home with your children, got pregnant, quit your job, and now you don't fully trust him? Honey, listen, I said, Justine, if you don't quit fucking with me, I mean, what? These are things that you think about before you marry somebody. And you damn sure think about it before you move a grown ass man that you had not met until after he went to prison into your home with your children. You didn't know how he would be when he got out. You don't have any guarantees. Even if you are in a relationship with a man who never went to prison, you met him locally, you could have met him at church and through your family members. You still don't just automatically move that person into the family house with your children. I 100% can understand her being nervous. I absolutely understand it because she's been through so much. Her relationships with her other children's father didn't work out. I understand that. And that's one of the main reasons why you should have taken this relationship slowly and not rushed into marrying him, moving him into your place, and getting pregnant. And on top of that, quitting your job. She's scared, she's crying, and it's totally understandable. She says that her kids have been longing for the love of two parents. And she's so afraid that he is going to either not treat her children the same as he will their child that she's currently carrying, or that things won't work out and he will leave. These are all things to think about prior to getting married and prior to getting pregnant. I'm telling you right now, even though my son is now 21 years old, any man in my life has to be able to give my son the same love that he would give his children. If you can't show my son the same love and respect as you show children, either ours together or children that you have with someone else, then there is no relationship on my part. I would be done. It's over. Even though my son is now 21, I still want my son to be loved and respected. And I also want to show that same love and respect to my husband's children. I would never get into a relationship if I thought that I couldn't share that same love and respect for my husband's children. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to him. So I understand what she's saying. Later on, we see her and Michael having a conversation. They're walking down the street. And I said, well, damn it. Is she helping him with some sort of community service? Are they about to apply for construction work? Maybe they are going to be air traffic control people down on the ground. I don't know what the hell is happening. I mean, they were wearing these matching jackets that looked like they reflected. They looked like they would glow in the dark at night. I said, damn it. And they had shoes that matched. They really do too much. All Justine can do now, since she is currently married, pregnant, jobless, is focus on giving her children all the love they can get. Focus on loving them. Focus on getting a job. Girl, get a job. You need insurance for all of your children. You also need income. Both of you can't just be sitting around the house not working. And you need to get into some therapy. You know, she lets him know that she has been in some really, really bad relationships. Some that have been mentally and physically abusive. She has been, at nights not knowing what she was going to eat, where she was going to sleep. And what surprised me about that is you quit your job. You've been in situations before where you didn't have anything. Why would you quit your job? And then I thought to myself, why is Michael saying that this is the first time he's heard any of this? He's been in jail for years. He's been calling you from the jail 5 or 6 times a day. He sent you his toenail clippings and some sperm and some other things from the jail. And not once did you talk about past relationships and hurts. All them jail calls. I don't get it. Why is he just now learning about your turbulent relationships in the past? What is it about him that you don't know? What else is it about you that he doesn't know? After all of this time, don't send me your toenails. Don't send me your sperm. Tell me what the hell has been going on in your life. Who are you? Yikes. And I also wonder, how does Michael's biological children feel about him having a new baby, about him being a presence, in-house father to Justine's children when he is not there for them? We saw how it went with Sean's daughter, Sarah, last season. She was devastated We already see how Justine's daughter feels. She thinks she's going to be replaced by this new baby. I'm pretty sure Michael's kids, or at least one of them, is going to feel the same way. They have got to start spending more time thinking about their kids than thinking about having sex and laying down beats. Think about stability and how you're going to be able to support, feed, clothe, house these children. And Michael telling him about the time he got jumped and somebody stabbed him in his penis. Buddy, maybe hold that story for later. I don't know. I appreciate that he was there. He was supportive. He was listening. He said, you know, if she's in pain, he is in pain. If she is broken, he is broken. Listen, I'm wishing the best for Justine and Michael because they seem like they really do love each other. And the children, they need to be healthy and happy kids. So I want the best for all 8 children and Justine and Michael. Good luck, you guys. Sean and Sarah. Sean and Sarah's baby, adorable. Okay, she's the cutest. It's those chunky cheeks for me. It seems that the sex life is not so good. Okay, Sarah says they have not been having the sex. And, you know, you've got a newborn baby in the house. A lot of times it's hard to get it in. You know what I mean? Sean has decided that he finally wants to show up for his children. And he says there's a total of 8 of them now. And Sarah doesn't work. She's a stay-at-home mom who's on parole. So Sean is holding down the fort. He is paying all the bills. He's taking care of Sarah and the 2 daughters. When he said that, I said, I certainly hope you're also sending, you know, a check back to Kelly for her kids who are still underage. Anyway, we see her upstairs trying to get sexy, honey. She has had her mama, yes, you heard that right, her mama install a sex swing. I said, you know, my mother and I are very close. Very, very close. I tell her quite a few things, you know. But never once would I ever call her or my daddy over to the house to put up a sex swing, okay? I'd rather try to put it together with my 2 best girlfriends and fall to the ground before I would ask my mama or daddy to come over to help me put up a sex swing. That is a no-go. Anyway, Sean is downstairs playing video games with his son. And I said, this is good. Sean is actually bonding with his son through video games. This is good. Sarah calls him upstairs because she's ready to get this swanging. Okay, or that dick swinging. Anyway, she is ready to get it on. Okay, Sean comes up. He says, what is this? He's looking at her, but he's not looking at her with lust in his eyes. Anyway, she gets in a few kisses and then he tells her, well, I got to get back to this video game. She is not happy about it. She wants him to stop playing his video game with his son and dick her down. And she is not happy. All right. And he is not here for it. He wants to get back to playing the game. He tells her he's tired. He worked. He just wants to play this game with his son. He's got to spend time with his children. You know, he doesn't have time for this right now. She tells him, well, I guess you've got me trapped now. I'm married to you and I've had your child and so I'm trapped. And he's looking at her as if to say, girl, please. Sean is not interested. She ends up going to bed without the sex. He goes back downstairs and finishes playing his video games with his son. And all I can say is, Kelly tried to tell you, girl. Kelly tried to tell you. And all you thought was that Kelly was bitter. But now you see who Sean is. Also, Sarah should have thought about it a little bit. Sean had 6 children with Kelly, and he never fully committed to that woman. He didn't marry her. I think that Sarah really thought that she was something extra special and that she won something, some sort of prize. And I'm here to tell you, Sean is no prize. I think that it was a timing issue. I think that if he wasn't playing video games with his son, he probably would have gone ahead and had the sex with her. I know that sex is definitely important in a marriage, but I was actually happy to see that he was spending some time with his children, even if it is just over a video game. At this point, with 8 children involved, Sean being the only one working full time, you have to plan your lives around those children and his job. Next thing you know, we see Sarah's mom and, you know, nothing's changed. She's still against a good hair condition and a haircut. Anyway, we see her watching the baby, who is so cute, while Sarah gets dressed up to go meet her deadbeat baby daddy. There's no way in hell I'm about to get all dolled up to go meet this deadbeat. No, ma'am. She goes to meet this dude, and she says that she doesn't feel that she needs to tell Sean. And she also says that Sean's not giving her the sex, and she doesn't feel like they are actually married. Oh, well, we did see you packing his lunch, and you don't work, and he pays all the bills and buys the food. And that's what you sent him out of there with lunch with? That could be one of the reasons he don't want to be bothered. He doesn't have any energy. Sarah hated that Sean would talk to Kelly, but you're going to go visit your ex-boyfriend and the father of your daughter without telling him. I see how this is going. Anyway, did anybody notice that we didn't see her daughter? Where exactly is her daughter? Is she not allowed to be on camera anymore? Was she at a sleepover? What's happening here? Anyway, I look forward to finding out what's going on with this baby daddy of hers, because she seemed as if she was still in love with this guy. I have a feeling she's going to find out if he enjoys a good sex swing. I'm just saying, it's up there, you know. Anyway, moving on. Amber and Puppy. I am sorry, you guys. I am so sad to see Amber and Puppy. I said, oh gosh, here we go again. There is nothing that we need to see. There is nothing. Why are they back? WeTV, why are you doing this to us? I mean, don't you need us to watch your show? Don't you want us to watch the show and enjoy it so that we come back the next week? Don't you want us to sit and enjoy the show without getting up for snacks and treats, without texting and calling people, starting a video game on our cell phones? Because that's what happens when Puppy and Amber come up on the screen. We don't want it. Shit. Puppy has still not learned how to do a damn thing to those eyebrows. Those eyebrows are ridiculous, ma'am. Just go somewhere. Get your cell phone out and watch a YouTube tutorial. There has to be something on eyebrows. It has to be. Anyway, we find out that Eric has lost the house. The house wasn't in his name. It was in his mother-in-law's name. You know, his divorce is final from Heather. They are in $50,000 debt. I said, oh God, why? They meet up at this bar and Amber is drinking. I said, wait a minute. You had to terminate your pregnancy because of your liver, and you are in here throwing back drinks. Really? What the entire hell is wrong with you? You should be sitting there throwing back water while you wait for bad eyebrows to show up. They sit there commiserating through their miserable lives. You know what ticks me off the most about Puppy is every season she has so much confusion written all over her eyebrows, and she doesn't know what to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what's going on. I just don't know. Girl, can you come on here at least one season and know what the hell you're about to do? I mean, it's ridiculous. Amber ends up calling TC to tell him that she needs him to pick her up because she's too drunk to drive. But later in the episode, she tells him she had one drink. I said, wait a minute. The one drink doesn't make you too drunk that you need to be picked up. You were lit up and you were having more than one drink. You know, TC doesn't like Puppy. Amber makes this comment that Puppy can sleep on their couch if she needs to. And he's like, what the F did you say? He doesn't want Puppy anywhere near his house. He is still holding a grudge against her regarding that argument they had at that cookout. And I said, wait a minute, wasn't it your girl who was screaming the loudest? Wasn't it your girl who lunged for this woman to choke her out while she was pregnant? That was your woman acting a fool in front of your kids and friends. Get the hell out of here, holding all this anger and hostility against Puppy. Puppy tells him that she knows he doesn't like him. And he says, no, it's not that I don't like you. I don't like anybody. We don't like you either, TC. Period. He doesn't have the right to judge anybody. Boy, where the hell were you on January the 6th? You are doing too damn much. I'm sick of him. Anyway, she tells him that she hopes that they can become friends because her and Amber's friendship is not breaking up. She is going to be in Amber's life forever. and she hopes that they can become friends. He gives her a whole bunch of razzle dazzle bullshit, acting as if all is good, but then he wants to talk shit about her when he gets in the car. Before he leaves, she tells him that her and Eric are not drug dealers. He tries to play it off as if he never thought that. He doesn't think that. And she said, well, I felt like you think that we are, and we're not. Then they get to him and Amber's place, and he pretty much tells Amber and everybody watching that Amber at some point told him that Eric and Puppy sell drugs. And I said, they don't look like they sell drugs, but they look like they take drugs. A lot of them. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know if they own the stuff or not. But, he often reminds me of a meth gremlin. And she definitely looks high as hell, in my opinion. Anyway, you can tell that Amber really did tell TC that. Because her face looked broke. She knew that she had got busted. She had been telling their business. She makes this comment that she wants everybody out of her house. Everybody needs to go. He's making these comments. He's going to get them arrested. I said, oh, shit. TC is the feds. Okay, on camera, he is telling people that Puppy and Eric sell the drugs. He's a snitch. Okay. And you know what? Amber, listen. TC was dry snitching on national television. And it sounds like this is some stuff that you told him in confidence. And he went ahead and put it on out there, which means you cannot trust him, which means he needs to go. Because Lord forbid you ever do something, say something, he is definitely going to rat you out. All it is because he's jealous of her and Puppy's relationship, in my opinion. Anyway, I'm over them. Please, Love After Lockup people, don't bring them back again. We are tired. Taylor and Chance. It starts off with Chance. We find out he's got 7 credit cards. They are all maxed the hell out and past due. He's on the phone calling around trying to check out the balances on the bill. She is 33 weeks pregnant. This dude says, why is the electric bill $400? She says, that's what happens when you're past due. I said, well, how past due are you? I mean, seriously? I can't stand them. I really can't. Chance has so many bills. They are in so much debt. This dude fakes taking a shower to go in the bathroom with a box of bills and a calculator on his cell phone, trying to figure out if he is going to be able to pay everything that's due. And the answer is a no. This man is an ass. He really is. Then after being in there so long, he decides to sprinkle his head with water from the sink and then wrap a towel around him. I said, boy, you might as well have just jumped in there and washed your ass. Like, this is now even gross. It's ridiculous. Remember last season he was trying to school us on how credit works? I said, oh, wow. Back then, I was telling you that's not how that works. You still have to pay your bills. I mean, seriously? And now you've got a box of bills. Boo. Just a bunch of bullshit. Did anyone else notice that now when they put their pictures up together, under her it says homemaker? Whereas their original season, she was working as payroll in someone's payroll department. So this means that he is the only one working in this house, making all of these bills for them. And she is screwed. Girl, for the sake of yourself and your children, you need to get a job as soon as you possibly can. So she's in the bedroom trying to put this baby's crib together. And she said there are so many little projects that he has started that never get finished. And she doesn't want this crib to end up being one of those projects. I said, oh, we know that. We saw what happened to Bobby's alleged apartment out there. That was never quite finished. His phone rings and she wants to know who it was, why he didn't answer. She's thinking that maybe he might possibly have a woman calling him. I said, girl, ain't no woman calling him. That's a bill collector. I'm pretty sure it is one of those credit card agencies or the car payment people. Somebody calling him to say, where the hell is our money, buddy? I'm just saying, girl, stop getting nervous and worried. Nobody wants him but you. Now, Taylor, listen, this is ridiculous. You have got to stop using that baby voice when talking to Chance. You need to boss up. Set his ass straight. Talking to him in that whiny baby voice gets you nowhere. He doesn't listen to you. He doesn't give a shit. He is hiding things from you. He is fiscally irresponsible, rude as hell, creepy as I don't know what. Girl, bye. I'm sick of them. You keep on messing around with him, you and your daughters are going to be sitting there with no heat, no electricity, no phones, nothing. Just sitting there waiting for him. Listen, Taylor, you were better off before him. Girl, get rid of this dude. Anyway, you guys, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.